YouTube, what is going on, family? What is going on? I made sure that I needed to be up here with y'all tonight. Per usual, blessing y'all with my beauty. For starters, I just want to say to any and everybody that is going through a difficult time, and I know there's people going through a difficult time because there's a lot going on in the world right now. So no matter what it is, whatever struggle you're battling, to fight through, or whatever challenges you may be dealing with, just know that you have to keep your faith. When everything seems so hard, you have to dig a little deeper and you have to have faith in yourself. You have to. It's not easy. Hey, sis. Hey, eat wellness. Hey, boo boo. I just want y'all to know that it's not easy coming up here to share you know, your struggles. This is my comfort place. I know you guys are really supportive. And today was a really emotionally draining day. As you guys know, me and my kids are in a homeless shelter here in New York City, and it's one of the toughest cities to navigate through. It's not easy at all. You almost got to know somebody that knows somebody, or you got to be a liar to get to get through, especially being homeless. Hey, hi Beanie Rivers. I'm doing okay. Mallory, hey boo. Good evening, everyone. Well, I'm in New York, so it's 9:13 p.m. here. Hi, Jody. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing, Beanie Rivers. Shout outs to you. You better go ahead. You trying to see me? You trying to see me on my way to being monetized, aren't you? But again, back to what I was saying. I had a really today was a really long day. It's nonstop crying all day, but crying and refusing to lay down, crying and refusing to accept whatever it is that's thrown my way. I'm a Sagittarius. We're very strong. A lot of times too strong. No, I don't have any dogs or cats, Mallory. I Thank you for subscribing, Jody. I appreciate y'all. Look at the love. This is why I come up here to y'all. YouTube, y'all been doing me well since day one. But like I said, today was really emotionally draining. It was nonstop crying all day, even while fighting through and battling through all the different challenges that I faced today. I felt like today was so many days boiled up into one day. Like, I'm here in the homeless shelter. I came here with pretty much really nothing. Some of the documents that I need now, of course, I have my children's birth certificates and all of that, so shoes, all of that. Mine as well, ID, all of that. But I was not living in New York City for so long, so some of the documents they need me to get, I don't have, and it's really difficult to obtain them. I'm gonna be back on the phone tomorrow, kicking butt and still trying to, figure it out and get the things that I need. Yes, make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, comment. It all helps. And make sure y'all share. Because I'm trying to be a part of the YouTube partnership program eventually. I know y'all helped me get there, so I'm not really worried about it. And plus, this is very therapeutic to me, whether I'm monetized or not. So thank y'all for that. But yeah, back to what I was saying. I did start work a few weeks ago, as y'all can see, because I went live while I work. But that's a whole nother story. I had to stop working at that place because I have a license. And one thing, nobody's about to jeopardize my license. Y'all not about nobody ain't about to be calling me in the court for nothing or for nothing about nothing that other people are doing because I don't play that. So that definitely wasn't the right fit for me. And I don't believe in you know just dealing with a job or whatever just because it's a job. That was the whole point of me getting a license to do what I love to do, which is to give back in a meaningful way to help others. So, like I was saying, I know I'm all over the place, but that's how my day was. Like I'm trying to wind down. I cooked dinner. I'm starting to feel a little sleepy. I done showered. It's been a really long day. Thank you, sis. I appreciate it. I'm sorry to hear that, Mallory. I cry. If I have to let it out, I let it out. Sometimes it comes out at the not best, so best times. At the wrong times. But nevertheless, sometimes you have to let it out. But I ultimately came up here to say, like, no matter what it is you're going through, you have to fight through. You have to push through. I apologize for being all over the place. I was gonna go live earlier, but I literally was bawling. And I know y'all would still accept me or whatever the case may be and still tap in and tune in and give me words of encouragement. But I didn't feel like that was the best time to go live. Um, it's just been a crazy day. It's not easy. I'm trying to, get things done on my own with the help of the case managers here, but ultimately I have to be found eligible. So right now I'm just on my 10-day placement. They have me, a little bit away from my kids' school, and thank God it's the last 30 days, but nevertheless, I still have to push through. I want everybody to know, no matter what, you keep your faith, no matter how many times somebody tell you no, no matter how hard it looks, moving forward, you have to keep pushing through, and that's what I keep telling myself. That's just the person I've always been before having kids and while having kids. It just makes things a lot harder, but I know I'll be okay. My kids are happy, so that's really all that matters. You know what I mean? It's still a lot of things that I struggle with, especially pertaining to like my son. I almost lost my son July 19th, 2024 in a near fatal car accident. And today I found myself like not being able to get a lot of those images, and it was really hard to not play back a lot of things that happened from, July of last year, all while still trying to push through and do the appointments they have me doing and making all the phone calls and going to speak with the case managers and the board of ed, et cetera, et cetera. But like I was saying about work, I had to push work back again because I was supposed to go back to work today at a different facility, but through my agency. And they're really great. They're really great, really, really great, because they're like, we know a lot of people that have been there, and we're willing to work with you. Because the last thing, that was one of the main things I was worried about, not having a job, or having to look for work again while going through this. So I'm really grateful and blessed that my job is willing to work with me. So they're gonna push it back 2 weeks, and that'll give me some time to get everything situated. I'll call and speak with my supervisor next week and follow up with her and, basically let her know if everything's still a go for June 2nd or not. But right now, I just want to tell you I feel so loved. I'm so sorry I'm all over the place. But like I said, a lot of the things that happened with my son, I uploaded a video not too long after I started my channel here on YouTube, and just giving a little bit of insight of what happened with my son. I'm not sure. I don't really think I went too crazy into detail, but that's because I was crying when I did that video, and I really don't want to, you know, keep reliving it. But even I find myself, even when I'm not trying to relive it or think about it, like just images pop into my head, and to the point where everybody I was explaining things to the border ad lady, and she was so amazing today here at the shelter today. She kind of was being like a little therapist as well. Because sometimes, no matter what you do for work, some days you're a therapist. You may not be a nurse. Some days you may be a nurse. Sometimes you have to listen. And I think that was just my good karma coming back, because I found myself being a listening ear to others and always trying to give motivation and strength to others. And I really needed that today. And I didn't realize that I had the whole office crying. You want the best for your kids. When they get to a certain age, there's only but so much you can really do. And I get it, they're kids, teenagers, or whatever the case may be, but it's like I found myself thinking like, my goodness, God gave you a second chance, and you want your kid to utilize it in the best way possible, but he's just a kid himself. He's only 16, and he doesn't really understand that. Although that he went through it, I was right there with him every step of the way. I found myself just like the images of that morning of the day before the accident just popped into my head, and me running down the driveway trying to stop him from getting in the car. He wasn't the driver. He was a passenger in the back seat, and he was the only one to be severely injured, like near fatal, to the point where he had to be airlifted from the hospital we were at. I mean, from the hospital where we lived at locally to a hospital an hour away or so. And imagine that, this kid having to be airlifted and you not being able to be there with him, but you made it to the first hospital, and I just remember screaming and dropping to my knees. I have to talk about it some because it's like a little bit therapeutic for me instead of keeping things in. The worst call I ever got in my life, and I would not wish that pain on nobody in this world. Anybody watching, any kids that I may have watching, or just anybody making, not so good decisions, think about your loved ones. Think about the people that you love that it really may affect. And because it was very traumatic for me, I did not leave his bedside. I was with him every step of the way, and my baby beat the odds. You would not know something happened to him unless you see the scars. He have a scar from here all the way to here. They had to cut his hair and everything. They had to sedate him and incubate him and everything like that. You know, bear with me, y'all. I'm sorry. So I still struggle with that, and I find myself struggling more and more as the 1 year anniversary of the accident comes closer, as it approaches closer and closer. And a lot of the times, like I said, I'm not really consciously trying to think, really think about this stuff. I could be doing something else, and then like images will pop into my head, or I could be speaking about something else, and then I'll never forget how I'll never forget my mom's response, as far as like, so grateful for all my family that showed up. My nephews, my little cousins that showed love, even though they, you know, no matter if anybody was able to be there in person or not. My aunt Carrie, may she rest in peace. She passed recently. Um, but the way, ooh, I get goosebumps. The way, the way she prayed for my son, and we was around his bedside the day that this all happened, and I'm so I'm so grateful for her and for everybody else that sent their prayers. I'm just so grateful because I know all of that, along with the doctors. I know that all of that played a part in my son's strength, his determination, his will to fight. He's a fighter. He that from his mama, boy. So when they was saying that they didn't think he was gonna make it, somehow my heart, even though physically looking at him at the moment, it looked really bad, like beyond bad. Because you have kids, and especially when you have healthy kids, to see your kid battered and bruised and just out, it's not a good feeling. And a lot of things sunk into my head, after the family, leaves and everyone leaves, and it's just you and your kid, and it's just so many thoughts that's left to your mind. But at the same time, being a parent, especially a mom, sometimes you just have to be on go. Like, you really don't have a lot of time to really think. Thank you, Mallory. Yeah, it definitely is hard to cope. I have 4 kids. I have one son and I have 3 daughters. My son is my oldest. Um, you're definitely right, Mallory. Jesus is definitely most important, and I'm not gonna lie, he showed up and he showed out, and so did my family. But God, I knew he was always real, and I always was a believer. But that day definitely showed me, oh yeah, he don't play about me and my kids. Oh yeah, he gonna make sure that he's walking this walk with me, and I'm so forever grateful for that. I didn't really know that this was gonna turn into this type of live. I'm like, it's turning into the type of day I had. Like, thoughts all over, all different types of things, shelter stuff I have to attend to, appointments, etc., etc. Um, Stuff for the kids' school. Then all these nonstop thoughts of my son, and with the accident, and you want to save. Sometimes you want to save your kids from themselves, but try not to be so overbearing. So over the years, I've had to take some of my family's advice and kind of let them have a little bit more freedom. Not too much, but again, you don't really want to be too overbearing because then that definitely will push your kids away. And you want your children to come to you. You want them to talk to you. You want them to open up to you. So sometimes I had to learn to take a step back a little bit, and sometimes I kick myself for that. But I know ultimately I made the right decision in doing so because either way, your kids are you can teach them. You be the best parent. You be a perfect parent. You can have two parents in the household. You could not have financial issues. You could have the best job or career in the world. You can have the best savings, the best finances, and you could teach your kids the best. And they're ultimately their own person, and they're gonna grow into being themselves. I just pray that God continues to cover my boy, man, all of my kids. But I definitely I worry for him. I worry for him, and I don't want to lose my son to the streets. It's not easy. I'm so sorry. It's not easy. Like, I do not want to lose my kid to the streets. Doing the best I can. Shout outs to my mom. Snapback coach, hi. Thank you so much. Thank y'all for all y'all support and y'all words of encouragement. Um, you want to save these kids, man. Sometimes I see other people kids like I want to save them. I'm I'm in a I have a career where I give back, and it started to take a toll on my own body. As y'all know, a few months ago I was in the hospital, going back and forth a few times and seeing about my back, and ultimately they told me like the back issue I have, if left untreated, can lead to paralysis. Um, but I really haven't had the time to really stop and take care of me. Some days, like, my legs are numb sometimes, or like, but I really don't have the choice to not work for a little while to see about looking into surgery or whatever the case may be. But I know I want to take care of it, but it's so hard. I don't really have the option to step away from work. I'm not gonna lie. And I may have some people, including family members, that may look at me crazy, but I've even thought about starting a GoFundMe, but so I can try to step away and take care of me a little, so it can make things a little bit more easier, so I can look into me. But at the same time, I feel like that's selfish. I don't want to be selfish to ask anybody for help because I know we are all struggling in some type of way financially, one way or another, with all of these tariffs and just so many people being homeless. And And it's not just a New York thing, it's a global. It's not just an American thing, it is a global, worldwide situation. But if you know, you know, it is crazy in New York, especially New York City. I wish I had the opportunity to like be home a little more. My daughter cried to me because I always work so much, and you know they want me to be home a little more, but unfortunately that's not the way my life is set up. And so when I really play the lottery, I really play it, and every time going into it, no matter what it's for, a scratch off, a draw ticket, I really go into it already claiming that I've already won. I've had people that told me that they've had dreams. My best friend, I love her to death. I call her my big sister. She's dreamt that I've won, so I know it's gonna come. And if you know her, then you know that a lot of her dreams definitely come to fruition. So that made me feel good. I really wish I could step away a little bit. I really wish I could just look into my getting on top of the whole situation with my back. I noticed that it's starting to affect my left side too. Every now and again, some days are better than others. That pain that y'all see me in, like it was to a point where like I couldn't even get out of my bed. My two oldest kids, literally, like couldn't even stand, roll over, nothing. Literally couldn't even reach something that was right here. Any strenuous activity, even the slightest, was really painful. Um, my son and my daughter would have to help me to the bathroom. I mean, even I know this is gonna be TMI, but even I was on my cycle at times, and my son and my oldest daughter would have to help me to the bathroom and would have to stand there while I'm doing my business. They seen it all, but I'm like, hey, this is where I came from. So, one day I'm gonna be old, or one day hopefully they gonna help their mama. You know, and I never want to be. I'm so scared to getting back to that position, and I know I'm really not in no position to be going to work and bending and string and moving people, but I know that's my calling. That's what I signed up for. That's why I got my license to do what I do as a caretaker in healthcare. It's not easy. You can have all the back braces, all the wrist braces, all the heating pads. I mean, you see people at work with them on. Or, me, I'm one of them. I have my heating pad that you put in the micro, all of that. But I still wouldn't have it no other way. I still wouldn't have. I still wouldn't have it no other way other than to just continue my life, taking care of my children and going to work and taking care of others. Thank you, Snapback Coach, for praying for my son. And thank you for praying, everybody, for keeping my family in your prayers. It's not easy, man. This past year has shown me so much. And so many things have humbled me. But I know deep down inside I'm always gonna be a fighter. Now would be the best time for me to, you know, I wish I could just work, because here they're saying at the shelter, well, You technically can work at least 10 hours a week and you'll be okay as long as you're working 10 hours minimum a week. I don't know to work 10 hours a week. I don't even work only 10 hours in a day most times. Most times it's like 12 and a half hours or more. And 10 hours a week with four kids, it's not even realistic. But at the same time, I can't come up here and fix my face to ask anybody for any. It's really hard for me. That's things that people will have to just bless me with because it's hard. It was even hard. I made a GoFundMe for my son, and I think it had made it to $3,000, and then I just made the decision to pull out. I had, you know, I'm gonna blast nobody, but I had a certain family member kind of like, you know, turn their nose up at the idea, but I have no shame. But at the same time, I know it's hard for everybody. It's hard for people to even to feed their families right now. So I feel like it's only right for me to continue to go to work, even though I know that this back issue that I'm having can ultimately the paralysis, and as scary as it is, I know I have to keep pushing forward. Thank you so much. It definitely is hard physically, um, mentally is draining, but it's so rewarding. My favorite part is when I get the working at overnights. You know, giving each resident or patient my little TLC. I call it the little Quanna TLC, and then go in. Sometimes, you know how some people may have a blowout. Another TMI. As I go clean them up, do their bed change. I mean, from the rooter to the tutor, I get up in there good. And my favorite part is they get back, I help them back in bed, I bleach the bed down, get it all cleaned up, get them a good change of clothes, bring them something else to drink, a little snack or whatnot, whatever it is they're asking of. And then they just lay down. And just like that, fall right back to sleep. That tells me I'm doing a great job. That tells me that I know they're appreciative. I get so many thank yous from families, and I'm always so helpful. And sometimes you just wish people would be more there for you, like, because I'm really not the type of person that's going to ask like that. So, if anything, I feel comfortable just asking y'all for is your kind words, your thoughts, and your prayers. That's what I could ask. That's what I could ask of you guys. I'm appreciative of you guys to being able to come up here. My throat is really dry. Being able to come up here and being able to vent and share a little bit more every time I go live or make a video or whatever. It helps me get a little bit more comfortable, and that's because you guys make me feel comfortable to do so. So I really do appreciate that from y'all, because it's not easy coming up here sharing your experiences or trying to give motivation to others and a positive word when you're going through it and crying and dying on the inside. It's so hard. And being a parent or just navigating through life, it doesn't come with instructions. It doesn't come with a how to do so. You're just learning and going and hopefully becoming more wiser as you go along. I just pray that I really just pray that God keeps me here for the long run. to really be able to enjoy the fruits of my labor, because I'm not where I want to be in life at all. I don't feel like I've accomplished a lot. I don't feel like I'm where I really want to be. And then being told that, you know, the issue with your back can lead to paralysis. And then on top of that, I've had 4 kids and 4 epidurals, 4 vaginal births, no C-sections. It's really tough. Just my thoughts are all over. But like I said, that's kind of the type of day I had today. It was all over as far as emotions. My emotions was all over, but all day I continued to fight through it, sending emails, making phone calls, through it all, breaking down, getting back up, breaking down some more, getting back up. It was like I was starting to feel crazy. Like, girl, you alright? I know I'm alright, but it's just that some, you know, nobody really checks on the strong ones. It's sometimes you just get tired of having to be so strong. If you know, you know. We only humans. Sometimes you just get tired of having to be so strong and having to always figure it out. But I know that I'm here for a purpose, because every day that I wake up, and I'm blessed to wake up and be here with my children, no matter what the circumstances are, no matter how our living arrangements are now, I'm comfortable knowing that we're together. Shout outs to my mom, because she has my son right now. I love you, Mom. Thank you. I know she's going to see it. Thank you. Thank you, Mom. Thank you. Thank you for making me the woman I am today. I see her fight through so many challenges in her own life, and still to this day, and pushing through. Thank you to my best friend. Boy, she's a strong, 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 strong woman. Thank you to my aunts that helped raise me. My brothers that I love dearly. My sister. We're just a strong bunch of people. No matter what we go through, or no matter if we're upset with each other, no matter whatever it is, I learned something from each and every one of these people. And all of these people have molded me and shaped me to being the strong woman that I am today. And they know how to check me if I need to be checked. And sometimes I might not like it, and I go into my mode sometimes where I just shut down. But it could not be something wrong with me and I shut down. That's just me. I'm a homebody. I'm a stay at home type of person. I'm a to myself type of person. And I told myself I was going to be better with that this year. Um, but sometimes things don't go as planned. So this year is just kicking my butt. I had somebody say, wow, for the past, yesterday, like, wow, I was on taking care of an appointment over the phone. And it was like, wow, you've really been going through it nonstop for the past few years. And yeah, it's real. But who's not going through it, right? If you're in here, I want you to make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss a upload. And so you can be blessed with this beauty. Okay. Leave a comment down below, even if you don't catch this live while I'm live. Be a part of. Let me know in the comment section. Just be like replay gang. Leave me some yellow hearts or some pink hearts or whatever the case may be. Leave me some hugs. Your girl needs some hugs, some love. Fill that comment section up with some love and some likes. Because again, like I said, no one really always checks on the strong ones. They just expect you to be strong. And they just, oh, you got it. She got it. And although everybody has their own life and people are going through their own things, which I understand as well, is like sometimes I find myself thinking like that. Do people remember that I'm still here? That I still exist? You know? It's cold. I gotta turn that air off. It's freezing. But I'm just chatting. It's helping me to feel a little bit better. I couldn't just lay down. I was really tired and I am really tired, but I couldn't just lay down with my mind still going a mile a minute, a minute, minute. So hopefully this chatting with you guys and having you guys' prayers, hopefully that'll help me have a decent night's of sleep. A little bit of good rest for once. Because again, I'm so used to working at night, so I'm always up. I find myself jumping up out myself because I'm so used to always being at work nonstop, 6, 7 days a week, 12 and a half, 12-hour shifts, sometimes 30-day stretches. But I ain't doing that no more. Not now. Not nowhere now. I'm because I have to put my health first. If you guys do want to support, all my information is in my description here on my channel. Make sure y'all go check out my TikTok, Taquanna Sinéad. Right? Let me not lie. Hold up. Because I felt like when I made my TikTok, I felt like I was the only person in the world that did not have a TikTok. Like, and so thank you to my best friend, my right hand, for encouraging me to do that. To go ahead and, yep. So this is my TikTok. Excuse my dirty phone. Taquanna Sinéad. Y'all go, if you follow me over here on YouTube and you go support my TikTok, just let me know under one of my videos or whatever the case that you hear from YouTube. That'll show me that my support is crossing over to my TikTok platform as well. And again, like I said, if you guys want to support, I do have a cash app in the description. Only do what you can if it's on your heart to do so. If you can do so, and know that it is definitely appreciated. I'm gonna be out of work for a couple of more weeks. Um, for at least the next 2 weeks, and I'm just praying that nothing else comes up where I don't have to prolong it again. Because although you may get a little bit of social services with 4 kids and yourself, I'm appreciative nevertheless, but it's just never really enough. But the best way you guys can ultimately support me is right here on my platforms. Right here on my platforms. By liking, sharing, subscribing, leaving words of encouragement, hitting the notification bell, and sharing. Because that will ultimately help me become a part of the YouTube partnership program, and that will help me to be able to sustain a decent, start making a way to start making, a little bit of money or extra money, should I say, because I wish I could just, like, I wish I could just only work that 10 hours a week for right now, at least while I'm in the shelter, so I can take care of my back, work my 1 day a week, and be looking into my body, seeing what I need to do about my back, taking next steps basically. But I know the way it's set up, my income is the only income once I go back to work. And unfortunately, everybody doesn't have the luxury of being a stay at home mom or dad or whatever the case may be. But I know my body is telling me I need to relax. But unfortunately, the way my life is set up right now and the way my housing is set up right now, unless I have other means to be able to bring in something else, I don't really have that as a I really don't have that. Like, I can't stop right now. I have to keep pushing. I don't have the luxury to just be able to not work. And believe it or not, it's my happy place. I know you're like, what? Happy place? Going to work, girl, bye. No, but really, it's because I love what I do. And I know all of the residents and patients I come in contact with and their families, they appreciate it. The thank yous, that's what makes it so worth it. So worth it. I'm not nasty to people. I'm not like with this the healthcare employee that's being snobby. I'm always trying to help or always trying to go a little above and beyond to help a resident or patient or even my coworkers, because I try to take myself out of my own shoes and put myself in the other person's shoes sometimes to, if it was me, what I, what, and the shoes on the other foot, what would I want? And I would want someone to be there for me. And that's why I was so appreciative of the Board of Ed lady today, because she do Board of Ed work. She ain't supposed to be my therapist, and she just allowed me. Everything just came out boiling about my son in the accident. That's not what we went down there for, but and I didn't even realize that the whole office was crying. All the kids asleep. I cooked dinner. Me and the girls went on a little walk. True, my little stinker butt. True. She fell asleep while we was walking. So I know I ain't supposed to really be. I try not to like do too much strenuous activities like holding her because she's 3, she's heavy. But she fell asleep and I wasn't gonna make my baby do the sleepwalk. You know how they little heads, they be getting the loose necks and then they be falling, them legs be giving out. So I just picked my baby up. We was already on our way back, so we were literally around the corner, and so I just carried her bag, and everybody got situated and laid down for bed. I appreciate every last one of y'all. I wanted to also make sure I came up here. Let me go to my boy, I can't. My head is all over. I'm trying to think what I'm about to do. Here we go. I'm trying to go to my YouTube studio. You guys, yes, Mallory. I just seen your message out when you said I really want to get to know you. I'm trying to get used to talking to other people. Boo boo, I'm here. You could come talk to me. I'm right here. I be needing somebody to talk to too. You come talk to me. I have no problem with that. You want to talk to me? Let me know. You just then thank you for your support. I'm just going back up, looking at some of the comments that I didn't see. Thank you for keeping me in your prayers, E Wellness. You already know, sis. Thank you. I know. How have you been healing, sis, with your laser eye treatment? I'm praying that you're recovering well and everything's on a good path with your recovery. I'm definitely gonna keep you in my prayers. I know any treatment or anything to your body, I know is always a little nerve wracking, but you got this, sis. You know we here, boo. You know we strong. You got this. You everything will work out. You're gonna heal great. Everything's gonna work out for the best. But again, let me get back to my YouTube studio because I wanted to update y'all a little bit of where we are. Ooh, y'all better keep. Thank you for subscribing. Anybody that subscribed, thank you for liking this video or sharing this video if you liked it, and I mean this live if you liked it, or or share. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. Where are we at? Hold on. We are at. Bear with me, y'all. Y'all know I'm a little SLO W. When it comes to this YouTube stuff, I ain't been in these YouTube streets too long now, and I'm still learning to navigate my way around. Um, Now I'm gonna just look through this way, simple way. I ain't gotta be extra. Mm. Y'all better show up and show out. Look where we at. What that say? 124 subscribers. We are at 17,000. Almost we're almost 17,300 views so far. 17,300. 17,300. So far we got 62 shares. Y'all run it up. Share, share, share. So far we have 288 comments in total and 606 likes. Y'all better go ahead. Y'all better go ahead and keep loving your girl and showing out. I see y'all. I see y'all. It's almost that time. I said I was gonna do some more. I was gonna do another. I wasn't gonna do another update of one of these and share it or whatever, like a little shout out or whatever, and a share until I got to 20,000, 20K views. But why not? It's on my heart. So thank y'all. Thank y'all. Like I said, ultimately, the best way to support me would be to subscribe to my TikTok. Again, my TikTok is Taquanna Sinéad at Quanna. I got 9 followers and 211 likes. Not bad for somebody that just made a TikTok and that's barely on it. I'm gonna do better. I gotta do better, y'all. I gotta do better. I be forgetting about TikTok though, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, TikTok. If y'all hear, if you hear from TikTok, I'm sorry. I don't mean to do it on purpose. Um, Also, another way you can go ahead and be supportive is to. I have my so in my description here on YouTube, I have my Cash App, and it's definitely my Cash App. I keep it locked, so you ain't gotta worry about if it's on your heart to send anything, you ain't gotta worry about nobody stealing it because I keep my card locked and I don't play because I got a link to my main card and yeah, um, which is my Cash App is the cash tag sign Quanna BITEMEH, and again, all of this information is down in my description section over here on YouTube. Um, I already told y'all TikTok. And y'all can always email me at BLESSED is me34 at gmail.com. And again, that's also in my description here on YouTube as well. If y'all want to send some words of encouragement there or want to email your girl, send her and show her some love, feel free. Definitely feel free to do so. And also, I know I mentioned that I'm probably not gonna go and make a GoFundMe or anything, but if it's on your heart and it's something that you want to do on my behalf, definitely let me know, and I'll try to have my mom help me. Cause honestly, I didn't do the GoFundMe for my son. When it was the accident, my mom set everything up. I didn't like she set everything up, and when it was time to you know, do the cash out or whatever. Once I just didn't feel comfortable the whole time, but she ultimately made sure we got everything. Um, there's no problems there. But yeah, right now we are definitely at 17,300 views so far. Like when I look right here on YouTube through the regular YouTube app, it says a little bit less, but when I go to my YouTube studio, and the studio is a lot more accurate. Excuse me. And I say that's not bad because I joined, what that say, y'all? Excuse my dirty phone. That say January 4th. That say January 4th. Join January 4th, 2025. So not bad. As far as view wise, not bad. We've been up here for almost an hour. Y'all better shop up. Look at me showing out up here for an hour today. Doing it, doing it, doing it. Somebody in the hallway. Your girl is doing it, y'all. I just needed to come up here and run my mouth a little bit. It's really therapeutic for me. I appreciate all y'all love, all y'all support. I really do, genuinely. You guys are too good to me. Y'all just too good to me. And I really love and appreciate y'all for that. Because y'all could be anywhere and doing anything else with your time. But you decided to tap in here and come and show me some love. But don't you forget, no matter what you're going to do, you keep pushing forward. You keep that faith. And if you gotta cry and let it out, who said you can't cry? Cause I'm a cry. Shoot, sometimes the tears just come down and I ain't even trying to cry. Just to, and then it's just there. Sometimes I could not even be thinking about anything and then just the tears will come. That's how I know, like, when I'm carrying a lot. Because, baby, when them tears get to flowing, thank you for my family that's really there, being supportive to me and my kids, to my son, my family that loves me and that's there for me. I appreciate y'all for being supportive because y'all don't have to be. And that's blood family and my YouTube family and my TikTok family that I'm trying to grow. But y'all know I'm appreciative for every single one of y'all. And I don't have to have a million people to be, you don't have to have a million people to be grateful. You don't have to have 500,000 people to be grateful. You don't even got to have 3,000 people to be grateful. I was very grateful when I had my first subscriber ever. Because I was just touched like little old me. Little old me. The caretaker, the mama for me. Because you just be thinking like, I ain't really got nothing interesting for y'all to want to be tapping in for, but obviously you won't know until you do it. Small creators, y'all keep showing up for each other. Y'all keep doing it. I love my channel. I love everybody that's here that has subscribed because y'all just amazing. Y'all not negative. Y'all just always so filled with love and so supportive. Especially, Snapback Coach. I don't know if you subscribe, but if you did, thank you so much. If you didn't, don't forget to. Mallory, thank you so much. We are family now. Yeah, and you could come and talk to me up here anytime. Anytime. And you have my information in the description if you want to email me anytime. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with that. Everybody needs somebody, you know? Everybody needs somebody. And this was I'm not gonna lie, I honestly say this is one of my favorite lives so far. Cause I could just starting to feel a little bit lighter as I keep talking and I know this is gonna be a good night's sleep. My emotions have been all over the place today. All over the place today. So, yeah, y'all the best. I'm sorry, I just wanted to see what that button do because I don't be pressing that button, but now I know. Okay. Look at me teaching myself something. You learn something new every day, don't you? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I don't even have my tripod stand here with me. When I'm when I do make it back to I gotta get my tripod stand over here. But let me know in the comment section how was you guys' day today? How did y'all spend your Monday? It's a good day. It was the crying and all. Anytime God gives you a day to be there, you have to find somewhat of a positive in that day. Always try to find a positive, even when things seem so tough, and even when it seems like things are so chaotic and hectic, even when it seems like the world is upside down, you have to just keep pushing forward. You have to. You gotta. Even if that means you gotta give yourself a day off, if you gotta take time to cry, shout it out, scream it out, listen to music, if that's what you gotta do, whatever you gotta do, you do it, you feel better, and you keep pressing forward. Because that's ultimately what it's about. And be grateful. And show people grace. Give grace. Give people grace. You never know what the next person is going through. And people always tell me, you don't, you can't tell what I'm going through or know what I'm going through because I wear it so well unless, most of the time, unless I say something. But then I'm a Sag, so other times you might be able to, like, sense something is off or whatever the case may be, if you know what I'm trying to say. But for the most part, I wear it well, so you wouldn't even know. You just wouldn't. You really just wouldn't. I wish I could play some music in the background with y'all a little bit, but I ain't trying to get my live taken down or get in trouble from YouTube. I'm over here trying to figure out what I'm gonna watch on my phone once I'm done with live. I don't want to hang up with you guys just yet. It was quite a few things I gotta catch up on, but yeah. Make sure I'm about to get up off of here. I said I was gonna stay a little longer, but I think I'm about to be going in a second. Excuse me. I'm over here. I came across a video on YouTube. Not young jockers on Judge Faith. Y'all, wow. I was reading the comments though. The comments, y'all be a mess in them comment sections. You know I got to watch that. I think that's what I'm gonna watch in my other shows. I'm gonna watch whenever I have time because I just be taking care of calls and stuff during the day. And when I'm have a little bit of free time at night, I'll either let something play in the background or go to sleep. Ooh, excuse me, second time. Your girl about to be out. I might be asleep on Jock and Judge Faith. Mm-mm. Y'all seen that yawn 2 times in a row. 3 times in a row. Okay, y'all. I love y'all. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button, like, comment, and subscribe below. Below. You see this? Like, comment, and subscribe below. Hit that like button. Leave your comments below. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thank you all for being so grateful. I love you all. Grant grace and say something or do something kind for someone today or tomorrow. I love you all. Catch the replay. Good night, everyone.